me tell you a story.
Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer. We have both pre-gamed a little bit tonight.
A wee bit.
Yeah, it's Fat Tuesday.
So we got fat.
No, well, I wasn't celebrating that, but I did have a big old margarita with dinner.
Oh, but you weren't celebrating Fat Tuesday? You just decided to have a big margarita?
No, it was our art award ceremony at the Churchill Downs Museum, and then I went out to dinner with all my art teacher friends.
That's so fancy and fun.
I know, it was very fancy.
Oh, well,
we all got big old margaritas. Like the special was the big one. So.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Like the kind that you're like, maybe 3 or 4 people should be drinking this, but instead, just me.
Right.
Nice.
Instead, 3 or 4 people each get their own.
They're even better.
That's right.
Well, I celebrated Fat Tuesday by going to a little Mardi Gras party over at Jack's with just intimate little small group of friends. I was like, this is how old people Mardi Gras.
Right.
We sat around and talked about scary movies.
Yeah.
For the majority of the time. It was a blast.
Fun. Did you get any good picks?
I did. I was recommended The Wicker Man.
Oh.
Have you heard of that one?
I think I have heard of it, but I've never seen it.
The original. I was told, get the original, watch the original.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's on my list.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it was a lot of fun. I have been low carbing it for, a couple months now, which is going okay. It's not fun, but it's happening. But tonight I was like, screw it. It's Fat Tuesday.
Yeah, absolutely not.
Although, so, Jack and how funny and awkward he is. He sends me a text right before I get there and he's like, don't worry about food. There's plenty of cheese. Now, I haven't talked to him in months, so he doesn't know I'm low carbing it. So I was like, wait a second. I said, I texted back, are you trying to say I eat like an obscene amount of cheese, like noticeably, like at parties? Are you watching me like, dang, that girl can put back some cheese?
Which wouldn't be wrong for any of us.
It wouldn't be wrong. I love cheese, and so does Macy James. I'm like, girl, you get that from me.
Right.
She can eat her weight in cheese, and I get it. I don't stop it for her. I'm like, I know, girl, I get it. I don't know what's going to happen with your bowels later, but it's understandable. So anyway, I send that back, and he was like, it's okay. Andrew does too. His husband, I'm like, oh, you bitch.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't a typo, or it wasn't like, I'm afraid you'll bring a cheese tray. He's like, no, you really do eat a lot of cheese.
Well, once I called him out in front of everybody, he was like, no, I just thought you might bring a cheese tray because that's your typical go-to. And I was trying to say, I'm like, yeah, I'm on to you, dude.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So, but I ate a lot of cheese.
Stay true to form. I like it.
Yeah. But I also indulged and had some king cake, but I did not get the baby.
Oh, but when you get the baby, you have to throw the party next year?
Yeah, but I think that's the most fun. I always want the baby. I'm like, give me the baby so I can throw the party.
Oh, I love going to a party.
You don't like hosting parties?
It's fine. It's just a lot of work.
Yeah, I love the work.
I don't love the work.
So here's what I've discovered about myself over the years. I like a party, but I like to be busy at a party because.
Oh, no, not me.
Oh, I don't want to be. Okay. This is going to sound mean, but I don't want to be stuck with one person the whole time.
Yeah.
Because you might get stuck with like that one person that just is not a great conversationalist, which is so selfish of me. I'm like, whatever, you're at a party, just enjoy it. But I'm always like, oh no, what if I get stuck with a dud?
Then you say, ooh, did they just put out a new cheese? And then you get up and you go.
What if the dud follows me? What if they also like the cheese?
Okay, you find out something they're allergic to.
No, here's what you do.
Okay.
You are the one hosting. So you always have something to do to dismiss yourself and go, oh my gosh, that's a great story. I've got to go put out more ice. I'll be right back. And then you do your rounds and you never go back to that dud.
Yeah. I'm really good at avoiding the dud. Maybe I am the dud. And so I don't know. I don't think I am.
No,
I don't think I am.
Definitely not the dud.
But I definitely, even when I do host the party, I stop all work. I'm like, I get everything ready before. And then I'm like, let it happen.
Yeah.
And then I don't partake in any.
Yeah. It's probably this weird social anxiety that I have that people wouldn't notice that I normally have.
Yeah.
But I do have it. Like I always get really nervous right before I walk into a party. And I have to kind of tell myself, just give it some time and that'll go away.
Oh.
And I talk to myself about it before I go in. I'm like, it'll be fine. You're going to be okay. But most people who know me would not think that I have that anxiety.
Yeah, I've known you my whole life, and I didn't know that you had to self-talk before you went into a party.
Just a little bit.
And I'm not judging. I think that's great.
Yeah, I just talk myself through it. But I think that's probably why I enjoy hosting, because I'm like, oh, it's okay. You can always be busy during this party. And maybe it's not really because I'm going to fall into a dud, because let's face it, I don't have any duds as friends. So whoever I'm inviting, they're always going to be entertaining. But what if I'm the dud? What if like I'm not in the mood to sit there and have a conversation? So I can always fall back on prepping the food and making sure everybody's happy with that. And then the pressure is off of me and I can just, when I'm ready, hit the zingers in there. You know?
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. Once the first person gets there, if I'm hosting, I'm like, and now
you're
I'm
all
done.
on your own.
That's right.
You
There's
need
plenty
drinks
of food.
refilled, go figure it out yourselves.
Yeah. Kevin and I are a good team because he is very anxious with social situations. So he's like, oh, I'll do the busy work.
Nice. Yeah. See, that's what it's odd because if you know me, you know I'm a very social person, but I like to stay busy all the time.
I just don't ever like to be busy. I like to be busy. I used to like to be busy when I worked at like Starbucks. I hated a slow moment there. But like my off time, I don't want to feel any pressure to do anything.
Yeah. Let's sit around and gab.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I could sit around and gab with you all the time, but like a mixed group of people, I just get this added, like, also, I think there's a lot of self-analysis. I get a lot of different groups of people together.
Yeah.
Which can be great. I love doing it. But then I'm also like, what if this bombs?
Yeah.
I'll just excuse myself and go make another cheese tray.
Yeah. They're on their own. They got to figure it out.
Right. Not my fault. I'm making cheese for everybody.
That's right. Speaking of being old, you said this is how old people celebrate Mardi Gras. I feel so old. I went to brunch this Sunday.
Oh, nice. That's not old.
Actually, it wasn't brunch. It was breakfast. We went at 9:30.
Okay, that is old.
It was so early.
Old people go to breakfast.
I had to set an alarm to get up on a Sunday.
That's not cool.
I know. Anyways, I'm like, okay, we're getting up to go. I go to the restroom. And there's this music that's been playing in the restaurant too, but you didn't notice it in the restaurant. And it is dropping the F word constantly.
At breakfast time?
At Sunday breakfast.
No.
And the whole time I was like, well, this is outrageous. I'm like washing my hands. So mad. I'm like, if I had a child in here on a Sunday morning, it's not a rave. We're not at a bar. I like walked out, gave this whole spiel to the girlfriends I was with, and they're like, Erin, you are so old.
Yeah.
I know. I heard it. And then I told Dad about it. And he's like, well, that is ridiculous. Yeah. I would have been mad too. I was mad about all the gyrating at the Super Bowl. I kept thinking, my granddaughters are watching this. I was like, oh no, I'm you.
You are, Dad.
And to double down on my old boomer status. Oh, Megan, it's bad. There's this little ad that comes up on a little game I play all the time.
Okay.
And in the ad, you see this like adorable woman and she's putting away her like stethoscope as if she's never going to pick it up again. And I finally had to turn the volume up so I could be like, what is this commercial? She quits being a doctor so that she can go live her passion of being a dancer. And then that commercial pisses me off too. I'm like, you can do that on the side.
Don't you give up your career as a doctor?
Do you know how much work and money went into you becoming a doctor and you're going to give it away to be a dancer? I am so old.
You are so old.
And it is so, I'm like, where did this come from?
I don't know.
Why am I discouraging this fake character?
Well, you're
from
not
living her dream.
Right. This fake character. You're not just old. You are Gary Clem.
I know. It's awful. Hilarious. I always thought I'd turn into mom. She's pretty chill. No, I'm turning into dad.
You took a hard
left. Not chill. I love him, but he is neurotic.
Oh, yeah, that's a good word. Oh, that's so funny. You're there, though.
I know.
Oh, man. That is the moment you said outrageous. I was like, oh, yeah, you're old. This is outrageous.
It was the F word left and right.
On a Sunday morning.
Before 11 a.m.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Remember when Mom, our mother got so angry when we were like 10, 11, I don't know, whenever the song, Let's Talk About Sex, Baby, it was on the radio.
Yep.
You know, you can turn that off, or you could also just change channels. No. This woman called and called and called and called until she got a hold of the DJ
who did not write the song.
No, did not write the song. Probably did not decide to put it on there. Whoever she talked to, I remember just giving them an earful. Yeah. How dare you play? I mean, this is outrageous that you would play this song.
So maybe I am mom a little bit.
Yeah, maybe it's both of them.
Yeah. It's pretty embarrassing either way.
It's pretty great. I mean,
also did not have kids with me at that brunch.
Oh.
At that lunch, like there were no kids involved. I should not have cared.
Yeah, yeah, you shouldn't have cared. You should have
I
been like
did.
cool, kid-free mom, but no, you were totally
I
mom.
feel my blood pressure going up right now just thinking about it.
I mean, it is
It
outrageous, yeah.
probably is up there because I'm so old.
Yeah, right. And when outrageous things happen, that's what happens.
That's
Your blood
right.
pressure goes. Well, okay, so that makes me think of this. Are there what is it that you have given up on? Like something that you used to love when you were younger,
Uh-huh.
but now that you're older, you just don't like it's like I'm not even interested in it at all.
Oh boy, I don't know.
Well, I'll let you know what mine is, and then you
Okay.
be thinking of yours.
Okay.
This weekend, I thought in preparation of our recording, I will watch that new show on Netflix called 28 Days of Haunted. And it's
Oh,
where the paranormal investigators go into a haunted place and they stay there for 28 days,
okay.
right? It would have been my dream to watch the show as a 20-year-old, like or 15 to like 25-year-old. I would have
Mhm.
like binged that on a Saturday.
Yeah.
I got about 20 minutes in to episode 1. I was like, I could care less. All of this is bullshit. And I thought, oh my gosh, I really, at my core, it's not just for the podcast. I am a true skeptic.
Yeah.
And then that made me like do a little self-reflection again. This is a night of self-reflecting. Like when did I become a skeptic? And you asked the question of me. Oh, it was, I can't remember, a couple weeks ago. And you said, who hurt you? Because everything, I'm so skeptical on things. And I thought, I bet that's what it was. I went through, and this is like, I'm not at all trying to get too deep, but I did date a pathological liar.
Oh, yeah.
And I can remember when like things started being revealed of the layers of lies
Yeah.
that I fell for. I was like, I cannot trust myself. Everything around me is false. Everything around me is a
Oh,
lie. And I mean, it is what it is. I learned a lot from that relationship, but I like that's when my skepticism really went full throttle. And I'm
yeah.
like, I bet that's why now I can't watch these shows because I'm like, it is all a lie.
Oh, well, now I'm not going to agree with that.
I knew you wouldn't, but that was my self-reflection is like, I think I have found my origin. Like that show, trying to watch that show because I thought, oh, I used to love these shows.
Yeah.
I tried, I could not watch it. I was like, oh, you are actors and this is bullshit the whole time. And then I thought, why do I feel that way so strongly? And then I traced it back to that. Like once you have realized how gullible you can be,
Yeah.
and then you realize how like that person really got me hook, line, and sinker.
Yeah.
You start to question everything around you as far as what is reality and what has been painted for me.
Yeah. That's why you date a Canadian when you're real young and just stick with them.
They're so honest.
I've never been burned because I married Canadian
There you
as
go.
a child. I was so young.
Child bride.
That's right. The only thing I can think of that I used to love and now I hate with a
Mhm.
passion is Moulin Rouge. Have you tried
Mm.
to watch that as an adult?
No, I hate, I've always hated musicals. You love them.
I still love them. I love all the music from Moulin Rouge. I could listen to the music
Yeah.
right now and love it.
Okay.
But I tried to watch it a couple years ago with Sophie, and I mean, it is a part
Is
where
it
they're
because it's outrageous how sexual it is?
we hadn't even gotten to that, and I was like, I got to turn this off.
This is
It
outrageous.
is the part where they drink absinthe, and then it's trying. I mean, like they're doing a good job because they're like, it's crazy, but things are like flashing up, and it's like bright, and there are faces everywhere, and I was like, I'm getting a headache.
Yeah.
I do not want to watch this for another second. And I even thought I could fast forward it, and then I thought it's not worth it. It's
Yeah.
not worth watching this. Also,
Just
actually,
turned off totally by
I
it.
turned it
Yeah.
off. And Romeo and Juliet.
Oh, no, see, I used to love
I
that.
used to love it. It was my favorite. It's where I
Yeah.
like fell in love with Leonardo
Leonardo.
DiCaprio. Oh my
Mhm.
gosh, it was so cute in that
Yeah.
movie. And I watched it all the time as a kid, and I tried to watch that as an adult, and I was like, kind of the same thing. It was when they were taking drugs, and it was like real spread. That's why I don't do drugs.
Oh, girl.
I mean big drugs. I don't do big drugs because I do not like those scenes in the movie.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, that's like a sign of us getting old.
Yeah.
It's like, wow, we have, and you don't see it coming. It
Yeah.
like sneaks up on you.
Yeah.
It's such a strange feeling when you start to tune into like, oh, this is me being old. I wonder when it would start happening. I think I'm here.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh.
I've got one more story I have to tell before we go on.
Yes, do it.
Because my new place is haunted. The new addition.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah, and I do believe that you don't lie to me. I do believe that you believe this.
Oh, okay. Well, that's
So,
nice.
yeah.
Thank
So there
you.
you go.
Okay. And I have even tried to debunk this before you can.
Okay.
And it's
undebunkable.
It's undebunkable.
Give me a try.
Okay. So I was taking a shower the other day.
Okay.
In my beautiful new
Oh,
shower.
that's so beautiful.
And it's all glass. Like I have to do that little squeegee thing at the end of every shower to keep it clean.
The dream.
It's gorgeous. I love it. Well, I was like in there, the steam is coming, and I suddenly see what looks like an R.
Someone's written something on it.
Right. So I was like, oh, that's weird. That looks like an R. And then I looked around it and I can clearly see an E before it, ER, and I can kind of see an IN. I took a picture. I also have not cleaned it just so that I see it every night now. And I'm like, I'm going to have you go look at it when this is over. You want me to go
take a shower in your new shower?
I'll do
it. I'll do it right now. Let's pause this podcast.
You should totally do it after movie night because it is a dream, even if you do get haunted. Okay, I'm going to show you the picture though. And actually, I'm going to wait to debunk it till after you've seen it.
Okay, because I have one. You know I do.
Yeah, okay, look.
What?
E. Look at that E.
Okay, R. So it's your name.
There's kind of an I right there, and then you see that slant of the N. It's my name in the shower.
Yeah, okay, I definitely see the E. I definitely see what could be an R.
The R is the most noticeable thing when you're in the shower.
Oh, I can't wait for movie night. Okay, and then I could see that being an N. Yes. Okay, I see it.
Okay, now my debunks.
And you squeegee this.
I squeegee it.
Okay.
Okay, rude. That was like the shower was still going. I got my camera just so I could take it.
Okay.
It's very steamy.
Okay.
It's not dirty. It's steam.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Steam. I got
you. Now I feel like you're judging me.
I'm not at all. I got you. It's steamy. I'm not. If anything, I'm judging how beautiful that purple towel is. That's a beautiful color. Robe.
Well, it's great, but okay.
Oh, it looks kind of purple. Anyway, I've been drinking a little bit. Go ahead.
Okay. So first thought, Kevin did it.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the fact that Kevin is not a long con man. He will do a surprise immediately or never at all.
Mm-hmm.
He would not do anything. It wouldn't even occur to him to do something.
Prank her or
Yeah. He's not a pranker. And if he does, it'd be like a quick, and then I would jump and then that'd be the end of it. No long setup.
Mm-hmm.
Second, Nora is the only other person who's taken a shower in my.
And she is a prankster.
Yes, totally. However.
Okay.
I have zero doubt that if they were trying to freak me out, they would write mom.
They don't know about that.
I truly don't think it would dawn on them to write Aaron.
Yeah, it would. It would, Nora. Nora's getting old enough, Aaron.
I truly don't think they would.
Okay. Oh, do you want to hear my debunk?
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, okay. Well, first of all, really, it's not a debunk, but how cute would it be if he's not trying to prank you? He just loves you so much that whenever you're gone, he's like writing your name. And this, no, I can't even get it out because it's Kevin.
Oh my gosh.
And he's like the most just neutral guy I've ever.
Gonna write it in all caps, kind of scary
writing.
It
would be so cute to imagine him by himself. He's super sappy. He's like, oh, I love her so much. I'm just gonna write her name over and over again.
Oh my gosh.
A little also creepy, but anyway. So that would be a funny thought. I do think that it was one of your kids that wrote. Like, I wonder if you went through.
It's a little too high for Nora. Even
Nora is getting tall, girl. She is taller than I am at this point.
I don't think it was Nora.
I think it could be Nora. I think it could be maybe even Sophie. I think it could be
Sophie is not showered in there.
What if that you know of?
No, she hasn't showered.
If my parents had a brand new shower,
she's actually
said, I'm here by myself.
She said your shower kind of freaks me out because if you open the door, you're just very naked right there.
Oh yeah. Me too, a little bit. I'm looking forward to movie night, but I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to lock that door.
Nobody's coming in, I promise.
Okay, good. Whew. Except for that ghost that you have back there now.
Yeah, the ghost might.
So you think it's possible for a ghost to have enough energy to write
write my name in steam? Hell yes. That's like what ghosts do.
That's what ghosts do in movies.
Where do you think they got the inspiration for the movies, Megan?
From a director and a writer.
Who was haunted?
I think that it was someone wrote it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think like
From Beyond.
How many of you Many of your friends have been in there.
No, oh my gosh, I'm not that
This is a
exciting.
party house. That would be outrageous.
The outrageous.
I think someone in your household wrote it on there. I'm gonna say her name rhymes with Shmora, and she is tall enough and she is savvy and smart enough.
I don't think so. I mean, I'm not saying they're not savvy enough. Just not. No. No.
Yeah?
No.
No?
I really don't think it is.
Okay, well, that's my debunk.
And I can't even ask them because then it'll start. They'll start doing stuff just to prank me, and
you're not into that. Okay. What if you did it? And you're just forgetting that you did it. Like imagine your first time in the shower, you're like, oh my gosh, the shower's amazing. I'm gonna write my name. You're just having so much fun.
I really don't think I did. The only thing,
but you paused.
No.
You're like, did I?
No,
You are getting old.
Only possible debunk, and it is a huge stretch that it would happen exactly exactly like this, is that every single mark is really like angular, like so
yeah, maybe it's not Aaron.
Maybe the squeegee itself like made it.
Your subconscious wrote your own name.
But it just seems too far-fetched. I think it makes a lot more sense that it was a ghost.
Or you're just used to seeing your name. So when shapes start to look anything like your name, you're like, that is
an R.
Name.
I'm going to post it with this episode.
Okay. Yeah, please do. And then all of my fellow skeptics out there, chime in.
Okay.
Or believers, you tell us what. So
it's nobody in this house. I know it.
Okay. So here's my question for you. Do you believe it's a new haunting? Because you already think that you have hauntings in your house. What are their names? Timmy and Chad? That's all I can think of is Tim and Chad. No, what
Anthony.
Anthony and Tony.
No, it's just one guy.
That was close. Oh, Anthony, aka Tony.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay, so
I don't know. I haven't felt anything. I haven't been scared of anything. I just saw my name.
Now, how cute is that, though? Anthony's like, we got a new shower.
Aaron, you see this?
Look, let me show you what I can do. And I've been waiting for glass my whole life to write on, and here it is.
Oh, yeah. I did it for him.
Yeah, all for him. Or do you feel like you have built your remodel on some sort of new thing that has woken up a spirit?
Oh, ooh, that's very scary.
Yeah, and why are they trying to talk to you?
I don't know, but they're trying. I'm telling you.
Is that the only thing that's happened? Just that?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. I'm going to go with prank. I'm going to go with, even if it wasn't a prank, maybe she just is like, kids do weird things. Like maybe she just had gotten done seeing your name written somewhere and she wasn't even trying to prank you. She's just in there and all of a sudden she writes your name. She forgets she does it. She moves on. And it's not even like mom, because she just saw your name somewhere. So she's just in there spelling my mom's name. My mom's name is Erin.
It's not her handwriting.
Okay.
I don't think so.
My money's on Shmora.
Okay. Well, you keep that money, but you're wrong.
I will, because my money's on her, so I win.
No, that is Erin. That looks so much like Erin.
It does look like Erin. I will give you that, but I think it was Nora.
No. Okay. You ready for some stories?
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'm going to read a story by Paula. We haven't heard from Paula in a while.
I mean, we hear from Paula once a month.
We get to hang out with Paula once a month at movie night. Okay, so here's our story from Paula.
All right.
This is Cheeseman Park Part 3.
Oh, yes. Paula loves a good Cheeseman Park.
Yeah, we've gotten, Part 1 and Part 2. Go back and listen to those. I think didn't the EMF reader something said her name? It's been too long. We need to re-listen to our own episodes.
Yeah, but you all know because you just listened to them.
Yeah, a lot has gone on at this park. Okay, so hey girls, last episode of Cheeseman Park. What a crazy place. I brought my friend Jessica along on the next tour. Our first stop was in the library in the main building. The storyteller began telling us stories about sightings they had seen in this building. A woman in white and an old gardener. We started to hear piano music. The leader stopped, asked us all if it was one of our phones. The whole group checked, and nope, we were all on silent. He started his stories up again, and then Jessica jumped as the piano music started again. As we all started laughing nervously, Jessica said that someone had put an arm around her right as the piano music started.
What?
No one was behind her. She had her back against the wall. Everyone nervously laughed, including our guide. So we moved on to the next place. Nothing else happened until we got to the gorgeous lily pond in the gardens. I was standing on the steps looking around while the guide was telling us about the happenings in this area. I noticed that in front of the row of trees to my right, I could see circular movements, like when you spin sparklers in a circle. I couldn't really figure out what I was seeing.
Hmm.
We walked away from the pond, and Jessica asked me if I had seen the weird looking car driving along in the front of the trees. Next stop, I asked the guide if there was someone in the park that was riding around on a bike. Next thing I knew, several other people were asking about cars and bicycles too.
Hmm.
Apparently, the sidewalk we were on used to be one of the main roads through the original cemetery. Many people have seen cars, spinning wheels, or car lights in that area. We tried to disprove it by looking at the golf carts that are used in the park, but they were way too small. Also, the only park workers in the park at the time were the guides and their helpers. No gardeners, no security, nothing. That was one of the weirdest things I've ever seen. Happy spookiness. Huh. What do you think?
I think what do you think I'm going to say whenever there's a guided tour?
Oh, that they're putting it on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fine. How do you imitate someone putting your arm around somebody when there's nobody there?
You don't imitate that. That's imagination.
Well,
That's like you brush up against something and like she's going like her back is against the wall. She's getting spooked out. It's a spooky moment where you're like, "Oh my gosh, we just heard piano music coming from I don't know where, the bushes." Let you know, Paula, right now, there's a guy in the bushes playing piano music.
Oh
You
my
all
God.
can't see him because
He's really got a whole piano back there.
he's like
Do, do,
playing
do,
it.
do, do, do.
And then you're like, oh my gosh, what's that happening? And then you brush against something. You're like, oh my gosh, I just felt, I like she hit the wall, but her senses are up. She is scared. She is nervous. And then it goes into, I think something just wrapped their arm around me. Yeah. I mean, I can see it happening. I can see like your fear, especially if like you're 100% a believer and then you hear that sound, like take out skepticism. You're here, you're in this moment. Shit's about to go down. You're hearing a piano player. You're on high alert. Your adrenaline's pumping. You're nervous. You're scared. You make one false move of a movement that you didn't expect to happen. The wall is closer to you than you thought it was. And instantly, like, I think something just like touched me.
Yeah, okay. Touch, maybe. But to use the phrase wrap around, that's a totally different sensation.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't say that if I was like, oh, somebody touched me. I'd be like, oh, somebody just bumped into me.
Well, okay.
And I could give you that.
Was the wall like a V?
I don't know. I wasn't there.
I don't either. And that was not in there. But what if it was
But even then, that's something on both sides of your shoulder.
As if
but it doesn't feel wrapped
around you. Yeah, both sides of your shoulders. That's a wraparound, my friend. It's actually not. What's a wraparound? It's something really dirty.
No, it does sound dirty though.
We're so old and outrageous. We don't even know what a wraparound is. I bet somebody out there knows and is laughing, giggling.
I think it's a reach around.
Oh, reach around.
And that's pretty self-explanatory.
Now, if she
reach around,
I was saying, if she felt a reach around, that's a whole different kind of story.
Yeah, you got to consent to that.
That's right. And if you do, could be fun.
Yeah. I mean, it sounded like Scooby-Doo there. Scooby Snacks.
Reach around to Scooby Snacks.
Like you're real excited about reach arounds, and I just turned canine. I don't know.
No, I can think of as the Dog Chaser song.
What, the dog?
No, the Dog Chaser. Chase the cat.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Are you kidding me? Hold on. Dog Chaser. Dog Chaser. Do the Dog Chaser.
Bow, wow, wow, yippee-oh, yippee-yay.
Don't leave me hanging out here on my own.
Chase the cat is what you went
Dog chase the cat.
Yeah, that was a weird line to pull when you're trying to get me to guess that song.
It's the only one that could pop into my head, but that's what I was thinking of.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, I don't even know how we got there.
I don't either.
He says something about canine and reach around. My mind went straight to that song. It's just so outrageous.
Oh my gosh.
Together. Okay.
Okay. Well,
okay.
What about the lights?
Yeah, I think that's put on. Like, I think this is a guided tour. We want people to come back. We need them to see something. And that seems like something pretty simple you could do to manipulate that environment to make it seem like you're seeing something.
Just catching it out of the corner of your eye and you look and it's gone. You can't You can't schedule when people are going to look.
You can have somebody out there making like quick little circles with like not a sparkler, but like something like bright like that, like a little toy. And they're pitch black, so you're not going to see the person. They're all dressed in black, and then they've got
just that seems like a risky little game. I feel like you would see someone.
Not if it's like a little teeny tiny light and it's super quick. So it's like, what did I just see? It was in a circle, and I mean, listen.
I just think you give people not enough credit and simultaneously too much credit.
Well, I could tell you the name of the man that made me like this. You just
think they're like, I don't think they don't care. If you don't see anything, they'll just be like, oh, it's weird that you didn't see anything. There was clearly spirits here. They don't put on all the extra stuff.
Why would they not? If I am in the business of getting people to come to my haunted place, I need it to be haunted. I need to produce something that shows it's haunted so that you will go home and you will talk to your friends and go, oh, girl, you need to go to this haunted place. Like, I know how much you love haunted things.
But it's not like it's not a haunted house.
Where they're even better. I can go, that's even easier. I can go out into a field far, far away and like, you won't see me and I can have more material to work with.
Yeah, but like
I can plant a guy in the bushes.
We went on the tour with Joni. It was wonderful. If anybody needs a tour in Louisville, she didn't put on any.
But that's because Joni's not a liar.
I know, but like
Joni's a historian.
If she told you a story and you got a spooky feeling, cool. But if you didn't have any experience, who cares? You're going to hear the story.
Yeah, absolutely.
Which is what you're doing at Cheeseman Park.
But also, that's a side gig for Joni. That's not her money maker. If this place is like, we want to bring people in, how do we do this? Like, we don't know how invested they are in making money.
All right, whatever.
I'm just saying. It's like that show that I started and I was like, oh, please.
Yeah, shows, I don't really watch those kind of shows because I'm like,
I used to.
Definitely fake
You
them.
and I used to.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Oh, yeah. And I used to love watching them with you because you would get so scared.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, they were the best. Maybe that was what I was missing. I needed you to be there and be scared. I'm like, this is worthless. I'm not even scared and no one else is. So, but yeah, I do think that there's too many variables that could be manipulated. It is scary. It is a spooky, like the thought that your friend is sitting right next to you and she feels something. I think that it's her imagination. I think it's the setting. It's like everything is very suggested to her. These things are happening and it's like, oh my gosh. I feel like she really does feel like it happened. I don't think the friend is lying.
Yeah.
I don't think that. I think that once her brain gets into that like scared fear mode and she is a believer.
Yeah.
She is going to feel as though this actually happened to her. I don't think she was lying, but I do think that there were probably elements that were manipulated on this guided, it's in the name, tour.
Not fake guided tour.
Might as well say it. Guided tour that they can put on and they can change things in the environment to seem a little scarier and like something happened so that you can then go home, express how scary it was, and then you can get more people in. Speaking of, I got a DM and I just remembered this.
Oh.
We got invited somewhere.
We got invited somewhere?
You and I got invited somewhere.
Ooh.
Yes, we got invited by the lovely Elena.
Okay.
Invited us to Colorado.
Oh my gosh.
This weekend.
Oh, wow.
Oh no, April 1st.
Oh.
But still, I was like, oh man, we're just now starting to pay an editor. We're not quite at the travel status.
Oh, why? What's happening?
Because there's a new investigation at Cripple Creek.
Oh.
Cripple Creek. You know that song that I love?
Yeah, that I had never heard of.
Right, that I don't know the lyrics to, but I love it every time it comes on. I actually heard it out the other night. Like I was out somewhere and I was like, listen. And you were like nowhere around. I was like, this is the song.
Because you keep going to all these parties without me.
I know. Sorry, you became very Italian.
You did. You were doing it, which is why I did it.
Listen to the sound coming out of the ceiling.
I was matching your energy.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, I wish we could match Elena's energy because she was so sweet. She's like, hi, Megan. Just want to let you reach out and let you know there's an investigation. Tells us the date, tells us where. It sounds so much fun, but we have so many children and no childcare.
Yeah.
And it's so far away.
I'm so poor.
It's so poor.
I would love to go with Elena because.
Could you imagine?
Yeah. She's always posting like cool pictures.
Yeah.
Elena seems maybe too cool to listen to. I feel that way about most of our listeners.
Hey,
you're a bit too cool to
they
listen.
don't know that we are
glad that you're
edited for
listening.
good reason.
I'm glad you don't think we're outrageous.
Right. Or no.
After this episode, they're like, maybe I stop.
Yeah, maybe if she can't listen to cussing at 9 a.m., I'm out.
I can.
It's
just the fact that there could have been children.
You got so offended.
If I was at a 21 or over location
at 9 a.m.
even at 9 a.m. in the morning,
you'd be okay with that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I hate that I just said 9 a.m. in the morning. I really hate that I just said that, but it's very redundant. I really hate when people do that, and I just did it.
You did. You just did it.
Anyways.
You literally just did it.
I literally did. Anyways, if I had been at a place that was like you had to ID to get in, it wouldn't have bothered me.
Well, listen.
Okay,
Elena still thinks that we're cool.
Okay, well, she did.
Simmer down until you just went on that little rant. Now we've lost Elena, but Elena says, yeah, someday we will all ghost hunt together. So it's an open invitation. I feel like, Elena, you will be the first to know when we get some travel fund.
For sure.
And we're going to Colorado with you.
Yeah. Yeah. You all should know. We have wonderful, amazing people who listen. When we get to travel, we're coming to your couch.
Oh, yeah. We're couch. Yeah. We're not paying for.
We can't afford travel and places to stay.
Elena's listening. Go, oh, whoa. I listen to like gangsta rap.
That's fine.
At 9
I won't have my kids with me.
Okay. Just to make sure. I just don't want Elena to be too outrageous for you when we go to visit.
I'm totally cool as long as no children are around.
Okay. All right.
I care about their little brains.
Their little brains are so developed and they'll be fine. It's fine. Okay. So did I do a good enough job?
I mean, you didn't convince me, but you debunked to your best ability.
I think at this point we all realize I'm not here to convince you. I'm just here to let everybody know this is how I feel. There is no convincing you. You've already hook, line, and sinkered into that paranormal cult. Okay.
Okay.
So we have a follow-up story. From the lovely Birdie.
Oh, I love Birdie.
Whom we love. I mean, every time Birdie sends it, we're like, yes, gold, here we go. I mean, anybody that sends them in, we're always like that. But Birdie, come on now. It's Birdie. Okay, so Birdie says, pro tip, baby dragons like shiny things.
Ooh, okie dokie.
Okay, you ready for this?
Cannot wait to hear.
Right? Hey, ladies, it's Birdie again with another haunted vessel tale.
Okay.
You remember?
Yeah.
Okay, I was going to remember her last one where it ended up being a dog.
Yeah, I think it
was a
dog.
statue of a dog. Right?
Yeah.
It was a hellhound. That's what she said it was.
That's right.
She didn't say that in her original email, but on Facebook. So if you've only listened and you're not on Facebook and you've heard Birdie's last story, she drunkenly ordered. Is that the word ordered? Bought something off of Etsy that was haunted.
Right.
It was even advertised as haunted.
Yeah, I'm telling you, that's how they advertise it.
Which is so funny to me that people think that means it's really haunted.
Okay, just read.
Okay, I'm just saying, I could pick up this bottle right now. Well, how much would I get? I'm going to turn into a con artist. I'm like, this shit's easy to do. I could say this was haunted, and I could make up a whole story behind it, and then people are going to buy it.
No, who's going to buy that empty wine glass? Oh, yeah, your wine bottle.
Do you know what happened?
You didn't even tell people what you're holding. It's an empty wine bottle.
Do you know what happened to this wine bottle?
Mm-hmm.
Look at me. I can already go. I could go. That's
you
too
can't
easy for me.
Because you got to have something that would hold an attachment, like a doll or something that you would love into.
You don't think I love into a wine bottle? Are you kidding me? I love that wine bottle. I love everything out of that wine bottle so much right now. It has been the best thing of my day.
Hey.
The company has been the best part of my day. The wine just helped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I digress.
Okay.
Here we go. Okay. So remember the time I told you about the drunken purchase of a hellhound vessel?
Yes.
We just talked about it, so we all remember it. Well, I may or may not have, definitely did, get more companions. One of my most recent ones is a baby dragon that was sent to me through my soul twin's companion. Now that's a sentence.
I need all kinds of explanation for that.
Yeah, that's a sentence that would never come out of my mouth.
Soul twin.
So I guess it's like a soul mate, but like we are not like I guess your yin to yang is your mate. But if we're
Oh.
soul twins, like we are so much alike.
Oh,
I
interesting.
think you're my soul twin. No, I don't know.
No, we
We're a lot of
disagree about
different.
a lot. We have a
That's
whole
true.
podcast about it.
Yeah, that's true. I don't know who my soul twin is. I haven't met them yet.
No.
Okay. So Birdie has met their soul twin and got this from their companion.
Okay.
Okay. And then it says, yes, I got her haunted as well.
Oh, man,
Oh, just like
Birdie.
spreading the hauntings. Also, I don't think anywhere in here does Birdie say that this is not a real baby dragon.
Wow.
Right. That's incredible in
Ooh,
itself.
okay.
But I'm going to go ahead and deduct that it is a statue of a baby dragon.
Okay.
I mean, I'm just going to throw that out there. That's what my skepticism says that it is. But maybe it's
Okay.
a real baby dragon that you want to believe in here.
No, even as a believer, I can use reason.
Okay, you're going with a statue. You're
Yeah.
not going to go all Harry Potter on me.
Some kind of figure of a dragon.
Gotcha. Okay. Glad. Look, we are soul twins. We just landed on that. Okay, for just a minute. All right. Well, within the first week of getting him, we'll call him Tiny. I love that you name all of your figurines. I could see him flittering by throughout the day out of the corner of my eye.
What?
Uh-huh. I could also feel him sitting on my shoulder and occasionally playing with or rustling through my hair. So stinking cute.
Oh, okay. That's one way to describe it.
I mean,
maybe it is a real dragon.
Yeah, I know, right? Like, is it a real?
I don't know.
I don't know. So the Wednesday after he came home, my wife had acquired, borderline stole, a sorry looking plant from one of her coworkers.
Oh.
Wish I could see that going down. Like, I'm going to save this plant and just take it home. Now, I would never do that because I would kill the plant instantly.
I'm doing so good with my plants right now.
You are killing it with your plants.
I've never been more proud.
I am proud of you because Mom has a green thumb like I've never
never
seen.
have. I usually kill everything.
Me too.
We're growing leaves here.
Yeah,
we're doing all kinds of stuff.
You're doing amazing. You almost make me want to just come over and visit your plants. I don't really want one of my own.
Oh, you're welcome to anytime.
Okay. When we got home, she went about repotting her new plants, and she realized that her packet of seeds that she had gotten in the mail the day before and had placed on the dining room table was missing.
Huh.
The following conversation went like this. This is great. I love just like a little peek hole into like the way people speak to each other,
Yeah.
like couples. It's so funny. S is her partner's name. S. Babe, did you move my seeds from the dining room table? Me. No, I don't ever mess with your seeds. S. Well, I didn't move them. Me. Did you maybe put them in the pot where you keep your seeds? S. No, I haven't had a chance. I just got them. And then in parentheses, we both then proceed to search the whole dining room, all the usual places she stores her gardening things, the whole kitchen, and nothing. S. Ugh. Maybe one of the animals got them. Remember, we have 8.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, that's a lot
Plus
of animals.
a baby dragon.
Yeah, now you just keep adding hellhounds and baby dragons.
Oh my gosh.
Me. Or maybe one of the spirits.
Ooh.
And then she's got the little peaky eyes. And then
is her wife a ghost believer?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm not sure. And then S, mind blown, and then very serious face. So I think so.
So yeah.
Well, tell him to give it back. That's not nice. Me. I mean, I can try, but I'm not sure that's how it works.
Oh.
I then leave some gifts for my spirit friends in their spirit place, a small table that I have dedicated to them, and it is also in the dining room about a step away from the dining room table, and ask them to please return the seeds if they took it, and if they didn't take them, to tell us where they are.
Well, that's nice.
Yeah. I mean, that's
comes in handy.
Pretty helpful. And guess what happened?
What?
It's just pause. She tells me to pause for effect, so I'm going to.
Oh, okay.
Is that long enough?
Yeah. I'm at the edge of my seat.
Not a dang thing.
Oh, no.
My wife goes about finishing repotting her new plants and starts to clean up. She clears off the dining room table. The seeds still aren't there. She can see the whole table now. So like she's like cleared it off. Seeds are not there. As she goes to the kitchen to wash up, she remembers the loose change she had taken out of her pocket that evening, and she puts it on the counter. She takes up the loose change and brings it to the spirit space in the dining room. She then turns around to walk out of the room, and there in the middle of the empty dining room table is, you guessed it, the seed packets.
Wow, that is pretty weird.
She literally had to pay for her seeds twice, LOL. And then she's got all the laughing emojis. What did we learn from this encounter? When in doubt, throw money at it or something like that. Anyway, thought you would enjoy. Have a great week. P.S. Megan, I don't know if you saw in the Facebook group, but my little sister calls me to handle her business too. We will always be needed.
Oh, that's for sure.
I love that ending. So
what do you think?
I think it was a real dragon.
Okay.
That's my debunk. She thought she was ordering a figurine. Turns out it was a real little dragon that loves to eat seeds.
Okay.
And then felt bad. It was like, I shouldn't take all these for myself and replenish them back. Real dragons are true. Now ghosts, come on.
Oh, okay. Now you do believe in a cryptid.
No, I think the power of suggestion is clearly going to be very present in
yeah.
Birdie. I feel like you and I have a good enough relationship. I mean, you said a lot of nice things to me in the last email. So I hope I continue to get nice things from you. I respect you on the highest regard. So please just let me say this.
Please still like me.
And still like me. I would imagine like your household sounds like it's full of believers.
Yeah.
So when we live in that world of like anything is possible.
Yeah.
And maybe not anything, but a lot of things are more possible in your household than they are in my household.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense? Because in my house, if something gets moved, my mind would never go to a baby dragon.
Okay.
Real or fake. It just wouldn't go there.
Yeah, I get that.
So my mind would go to a whole lot of other places before it would go to a spirit table and leaving things like that. And that's just a difference in the way we run our households and belief systems.
Okay, but how did the seeds get back there when her wife cleared the table? Everything was clear. Mm-hmm. She turned back around. They're there.
We've got a lot of beings in this house that are actually real. We've got 8 different species that are in this house.
Okay, but her back was turned for a second.
Yeah, you got a cat. Cats like to take things and return them.
Wouldn't you hear that?
I don't know. How loud is the music playing? Do they have their ocean music from the last, when they were listening to the sounds of oceans?
That was when they were going to bed, Megan.
Yeah, but what do they listen to when they're seeding, when they're plotting plants? Plotting?
When they're plotting their gardening.
When they're potting plants, what do they listen to? Do they have music on? So they don't put that in there.
I don't know.
It could be a loud, chaotic place. It could be a lot going on. We're looking for different things. We might have music playing. And then all of a sudden the seeds are back because a cat drops them off and then skitters off the table before you turn around and you're like, oh, there they are. It must be the baby dragon.
No way. Now listen, I love Birdie and I love ghosts. Mm-hmm. I, as somebody who has a hard time believing in cryptids or anything of that nature, I have a hard time stretching my brain to think that a little spirit dragon is actually in this figurine. But I do think a spirit could have taken it.
Okay. So here's what I think, or here's what my questions are for Birdie. Does she think it's the spirit of a dragon, or does she think that a spirit has embodied this little figurine? And then the same way the vessel of the dog, I don't think she actually thinks it's a hellhound.
Right.
I think it's like, it's just embodied. It's encased in this vessel.
Right.
So that spirit then now lives in their house.
Okay. Yeah.
So
that's what I could believe more.
You would be more open to that.
Yes.
Which blows my mind. But it's just a difference in how we think. I would think that you got a lot of moving parts here. You got people moving around, hustling and bustling. People are looking. Things are going around. Seeds kind of come out. A cat sees the seeds. They start playing with it. They pick it up in their mouth. They walk across the table. They drop it off. They keep on walking. And then boom, you've got seeds there that are like, holy shit, which it would be remarkable. It's like, that is wild. We were looking for those seeds. That's a huge coincidence. But again, huge coincidences are why things feel so believable.
If this happened like a day later or even 20 minutes later, like they walked out of the room, they walked back and the seeds were there,
it would still be like, whoa.
It would still be, and I would be able to buy the cat dropping.
But the fact that it happened then and there.
Oh, I'm going to put this money on this spirit table. turn around and they're there.
Okay, what do I feel about animals' intuitions? What do I feel about animals being able to communicate and listen and hear what we need?
And then levitate seeds back up.
They don't
and
levitate.
onto-
They could put them in their mouth. A
No, you would
packet of
you would
seeds
feel a cat running through.
over them listening to Snoop Dogg, Dog Chase the Cat. They're listening to
Yes.
that song.
I don't care.
And you hear little no.
You feel other presence in the room. You feel a cat up on your table.
You've never lived with a cat?
I lived with a cat for a very short time.
I lived with a cat for years, and that cat was horrible. But that cat was beautiful. But that cat was horrible. But that cat could could be in places that I had no idea she was going to be in, because she would scare the shit out of me all the time, because they're so light on their feet. Yeah. You don't hear them jump up on things. So I think it was the cat. That's what I'm going to go with. Now, I will say, do we have time for a little mini story that I told Blake today that reminded me of a time that I was less of a skeptic? And then I went back to that. I was like, wow, I can kind of debunk it now, but it was such an amazing story at the time that it happened, and I forgot about it when I got into my car wreck.
Oh, yeah.
And
that was the scariest day of my life.
Yeah, it was a scary day. It was in college, and Blake and I were just talking, and he's like, have you ever been in a car wreck? I was like, oh, yeah, I was definitely in a car wreck. And I got T-boned by this car, and my hand went through the windshield. It was very, scary. Our
parents were 2 hours away, and I was the only
this was pre-cell
family
phone
member that was close. It was so scary.
Yeah, you had to be the adult real quick.
Yeah.
And you were the number that I've remembered, and so the ambulance called you.
Yeah. It was horrible.
Yeah. So, but the first person on the scene was this nurse that came to my window, and she's like taking care of me, and she's like, you're going to be okay. And like, she's assessing me, which is like, God love nurses.
Right.
Like, she was just she was just driving along and saw this accident, stopped right away, came to help me. And she's like trying to help calm me down, which everything right then was slow motion. And I was in such shock. I just remember being like, this is like, what just happened? I was in such shock. But she said, what's your name? And I remember like groggily telling her, Megan. And she said, I'm Diana. And my first thought after that was like, oh my gosh, that's my mom's name. And I remember that thought. And then the next person to come was the ambulance crew. So they come in, they put me on the board. They very dramatically, I did not need it. I was not, but whatever. They decided they thought I needed it. So I get on this board, and they pull me into the ambulance. But now here's where I turned dramatic, because I really was fine. The only thing that hurt was my hand. And I'm like, all of a sudden, like, comes to that I've just been in this huge wreck, and I see my car. So I'm like hyperventilating, like near death experience. And I start crying hysterically. And this poor guy is like trying to distract me. And he's like, so you're a student at Western? I'm like, I was. Everything was in the past tense. I was. And he was like, well, what are you going to school for? I was going to be a teacher. Everything was, I was gonna. And he was like, finally he goes, honey, you're alive. You still get to do all those things. Like, I was like, oh, this is not the end. Like, right. So, anyway, he was like, well, I'm Gary, and I'm going to take care of you. That's my dad's name. So I was like, too. Yeah, yours too. You know all these people in the story. You ready for this? So then I was like, and I remember thinking like, oh my gosh, that's so weird. That's my dad's name. And then I get there, and my X-ray tech's name is Aaron.
Oh my gosh.
I was like, this is so bizarre. Isn't that wild? Well, then this was pre-cell phone. So by the time I finally got to the hospital and things were kind of calming down, Mom had called Aunt Renda and told her about it. And then they just bolted. Like, they both got in the car and were on their way to Western. So before they even spoke to me, they're driving to Western to get to me.
Wait, Mom and Dad or Aunt Renda?
Mom and Dad are, but Mom called Aunt Renda to tell her what was going on. Okay. And what hospital I was at, because you had relayed that information. Mm-hmm. So Aunt Renda calls the hospital to see if she can talk to me. And Aunt Renda's talking to me, and she said, are you okay? And, it's like weird. I kind of, at that point, I was like holding it together. And then you hear somebody that is familiar, and I lose it again. I start crying again. And I was like, I'm okay. And I was like, the weirdest thing, Aunt Renda, is that like the nurse's name was Diana. The ambulance guy's name was Gary. And then my X-ray tech's name was Aaron. Well, she starts crying, and she was like, I was praying so hard that you would know that you were surrounded by
Oh
us,
my gosh, I'm gonna cry.
right? So I, of course, lost it again. And I'm like,
Oh,
I know that you're around me and whatever. And so then, she and I were both crying on the phone and I was fine.
yeah.
I have like a couple scars on my hand. I was very, very lucky and went on and whatever. And then I saw you.
Oh,
Girl, I
I had to
lost my
vacuum your
shit.
hair.
You vacuumed my hair, but I lost my shit when I saw
Yeah.
you. You walked in. I have never been that emotional in my life. You walked in and I saw you and I was like, oh, like I have never cried that deep in my
Yeah.
life. I don't think to date, even after births and labors and whatever. I was like, that moment, it was like, I'm alive and you're right here. This is
Oh,
amazing.
yeah.
So anyway, but I was telling that story to Blake today and I was like, now here's my debunk.
Oh my gosh, you suck so much.
I said, I don't really know if that first person's name was Diana because I was so out of it. She could have said Donna. She could have said anything with a D name, and I latched onto it because I was like, I mean, I was in such a state. I remember everything moving so slow, like I was like in jello, or
Yeah.
like not even jello, like a thick,
Honey.
yeah, like a lot of honey. And I just couldn't move at all. I was in
Mm,
such shock and I couldn't talk. Like everything I was trying to say was so slow coming out. Kind of like when you see in those movies and a bomb goes off
yeah.
and they're like the ringing and it's like, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I felt like. So I don't know if she really said that and I latched onto it. I was also hysterical in the ambulance, clearly. So maybe he said Greg, but
Whatever.
I could have been latching onto these names. And then because they're close to me, I do think that my x ray tech, because by that point I kind of had like sound mind,
Yeah.
was named Aaron. But
Yeah.
I think maybe that's kind of possibly where that came from, but who knows? So anyway, or who knows? I was surrounded by angels that day and they all said every name that I needed to hear. Or my own subconscious and my own brain knew I needed comfort and it was like let's grab onto whatever is familiar.
That's really interesting. I do
Yeah.
remember that,
Yeah.
all that happening, with the names. I had forgotten until you brought that
Yeah.
up.
So, but I just told that story today and I thought, oh, I should tell that one on the podcast because
Yeah.
it's a true story that happened to me. And then, then like a week later, I met that guy that fucked me up real bad. And now I'm like, I don't believe anything happens to me.
Yeah.
It's all smoke and mirrors. Oh, well.
My only story that can relate to that, and it's a real mini one, was
Mhm.
that when I was having Penelope, there were minor complications, nothing huge, but it
Mhm.
wasn't going as smoothly as it should. And her middle name is Rose after our grandma Rosie,
Mhm.
who said that Rose was a horse name and I couldn't name any of my kids Rose. It had to be Rosemary, but I said no. And then when she died, I named her Rose because I didn't
Because
have
she was
anybody to argue
dead.
with me anymore.
Right.
But it wasn't going smoothly and I was nervous, obviously. And I looked over like at the nurse who's helping me and she had on these little rose earrings.
Oh.
And I said, "Oh, I love your earrings. I love roses." And she said, "Oh, my grandma's name is Rose. I always wear roses." And I was like, "That's why I'm naming Penelope Rose."
Oh.
Because Grandma Rosie
But
is
really, she hates that name, but I'm still
it's a
doing
horse
it.
name. Your grandma had a horse name. That's what I tell her.
So you told that nurse right then and
Yeah.
there.
I can't wait
Uh,
to tell Penelope someday that she's got a horse name.
if
I gotta
only
wait till she's older, but
yeah, yeah. If only she had met. I mean, Grandma Rosie was the funniest woman alive. Well, okay, but it's kind of the same way, like when the power of suggestion, when someone says, like, oh, I bought a brand new, Fiat. I don't even know, name a car.
oh, nope, those really weird car. You just start seeing those cars
You
over and over.
start seeing them over and over again.
Right.
So roses in your head, you see, oh, there you grasp onto a rose, right?
Yeah.
So that's kind of one of those things that you can then turn into a spiritual moment. But also our souls need that spiritual moment. So who cares how it gets there?
Yeah.
Whether it's coming from an outside being or an outside source, or whether it's coming from a spiritual inner source,
Yeah.
does it really matter?
No, I don't think it
I
does.
don't think it does either. I think
So we can agree on that.
we can definitely agree on that. In my opinion, it's our soul soothing ourself. And in
Okay.
your opinion, it's an outside source soothing us.
Yeah.
And I don't think it matters which one is which.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree.
Okay. Well, there we go.
All
I don't know
right.
how we got from dragon to that.
Yeah, it did take a big leap.
but I think it was a great leap.
I do too. All right. Do you got a fan favorite?
Bitch, you know I do.
You better have a fan favorite.
And I think you know who it
Oh
is.
my gosh, I cannot believe we have slept on this.
Believe
I am so glad it's your responsibility now.
I'm sorry. You made the spreadsheet and I ask you all the time. Who have we missed? Okay, it's fine. Listen, we can both blame each other. We can also agree that it's both of our faults.
I can agree it's your fault.
I can agree it's your fault. So
yeah.
I agree it's your fault. You agree it's my fault.
Okay,
it's
fine.
Either way, we agree on it.
We both agree it's our sister's fault.
Perfectly said. Perfectly said. We missed Chelsea.
I cannot believe it.
How have we done that? So anyway, listen, if you are one of our regulars on here and you've not been fan favorite, yes, I will not be something. Shoot me a little DM. Hey, what about me? I'm like, oh, my bad.
Actually, at this point, if you've listened once, just send it to Megan. She needs the help.
Can I be the fan favorite? I would love the reminder. It would be so refreshing to not do this on my own. It's fine. This whole podcast, I carry it. I tell you what, I do the editing.
You did the editing?
And then I hired the editor. It was like,
oh my gosh, you did neither of those things ever once.
I know. That's the joke. Erin.
Okay, I just need everyone.
The joke is that all I have to do is fan favorite and show up. They all get it. They all get the joke. They know me well. It's fine. Okay, so I chose Chelsea.
Oh,
I was like, you know what? She has written in so many times.
Yes.
She supports us nonstop.
She posts on her, she reshares things that we post.
Oh my gosh. I can't believe she does. Like at this point, if I were her and had not been a fan favorite yet, I'd be like, these bitches. I'm not going to, but anyway, yes, she spreads our name far and wide. And I decided it's about time.
Yeah, it's about time.
Chelsea,
she's finally earned it.
A fan favorite. Good grief. I cannot believe and that's what I say. Are you kidding me? That's how I started off with lots of question marks. You haven't been a fan favorite? How is that possible? And so I said, but this works out perfect because I needed one for tonight. Oh, so then she's like, oh, yay, finally. And then the kissy face. All jokes aside, because if you're not on our Facebook page, Chelsea finally, I mentioned last week but Chelsea's already been a fan favorite. And she said, technically, I have not been one yet. Whoopsie daisy. So Chelsea says, oh, yay, finally. All jokes, LOL. Of course, I'll do you the honors. I asked her to do me the honors and be our fan favorite. Let me think and I'll get back with you. So here it is. I'm so excited, LOL. I told my friend Amber from my last story to write you to a story and told her, so those bitches will finally make me a fan favorite. I'd like to take a minute to plug my art page.
Oh, yay.
Yay, right? I'll link it at the end. My page is called Ethereal Art Witch.
Okay.
That's like a badass name.
Yeah.
And I make lots of cool shit. I love it. I love the confidence here. Currently, my page hasn't been super active because here lately, I've been working on a couple of pet portraits. That's a hard thing to say, Erin.
Oh, yeah, that is.
Pet portraits.
I'm with you.
Say that 5 times.
Pet portraits, pet portraits, pet portraits, pet portraits, pet portraits.
You are so arrogant.
You told me to.
I've been working on a couple of
pet portraits.
And the people therefore want to be surprised. But I'm planning on posting a lot more when they're finally finished, which shouldn't be too much longer. Pet portraits, we're going to keep saying it, aren't we? Pet portraits aren't the only thing I do, though. I've also been known to paint cool designs on hats, make spell jar earrings.
Ooh.
I'm thinking Sage. We need to get Sage some of those.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sage has their ears pierced, but that's what I thought of. And create paintings with certain intentions, energies for people to hang in their homes.
Oh, okay.
My favorite way to do this is pick out a crystal and a plant that match plants. Oh, Birdie, are you listening to this? Birdie, I hope you're getting this. Okay. And a plant that matches the desired energy.
Wow.
For example, I painted an amethyst cluster surrounded by a circle of lavender to represent calmness and tranquility.
Ooh.
That sounds amazing.
I would love to see that.
Right? And it hangs in my bedroom. She's like, this is so good. I'm hanging my I love it.
As we sit in a house that's surrounded by my artwork. I'm so narcissistic.
What's happening?
I'm such a narcissist.
Oh, no. You just do really good artwork, as does Chelsea. So do it. Paint it. You're like, that goes in my room. That's so good. These are usually watercolor paintings, And I love using rainwater with them instead of tap water.
Oh, how that's so cool. That
This
came
is
out weird, but that's so cool.
right up Birdie's alley.
It's right up my alley. I'm going to check this out.
I mean, and me too, but I'm just really pumped for this connection. Birdie's story and then Chelsea's. Yeah, this is great. To give them the added bit of nature energy. Here is the link to my page. Absolutely. We will put that on our show notes.
Uh-huh.
And then I'd also like to take this opportunity to encourage people to reach out to teachers/schools. Okay, we're here for that. And ask if they need any sort of donations or volunteer work. This can be as simple as asking your kid's teacher if they need any snacks, books, extra clothes or shoes, school supplies, etc., or as significant as asking if there is any volunteer work you could do that would help. Toward the beginning of the 2022-2023 school year, I started volunteering in the art room at my kids' school 2 to 3 days a week for a few hours, and it has turned out to be one of the most fulfilling things I've ever done with my free time.
I'm so jealous.
Right? I've made deep connections with people I never thought I would, and have made a bigger difference in the children's lives than I ever thought possible.
Oh.
It feels really good to help out and be a part of what shapes our community. Thank you again for making me your fan favorite this week. Girl, Chelsea, you've been a fan favorite from the beginning. I'm so sorry that we are just now getting to you. That's how much we love you. It's official, but you've always been that. I'm so sorry about that. That we dropped the ball on that. We just assumed because we love you so much that you
Megan dropped the ball on
it. I am so honored and grateful to both you and Aaron for not only the amazing show, which is so kind, but also the community you've built together. P.S. If you and Aaron have pierced ears, I will happily... Oh, shoot, I was going to keep that a secret, but I'm already here now. I will happily send you each a pair of handmade earrings free of charge. I love you so much. I was like, I don't, but Aaron would love the earrings.
I would love the earrings. Right? That's awesome.
But then Chelsea is so kind to say, no, you are so sweet. I called her sweet. It might take a couple of weeks to get you, but I will definitely make you something that is earring free. So she's gonna hook me up as well. So Chelsea,
we love you, Chelsea.
We are so grateful that you are a fan. You are definitely one of our favorites, and we appreciate everything you've done for our podcast.
Yes, thank you so much. If you all would like to check out our website, go to www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can find out about merch, how to become a Patreon. You can write in, find our P.O. box. You can write us in directly at myskepticalsister@gmail.com. You can follow us on our socials like Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, which right now you should go check out our TikTok because not only do we do our little debunks, I just posted there's a new teen filter on TikTok.
Okay. You look like teenagers?
Guess who I look like when I turn into the teen filter?
Like really, for real, it's a filter that you look like
a teenager? Yeah, it's a filter. It's supposed to make you look like you did when you were a teen. It doesn't.
You look like, hold on.
You're never going to guess it.
Hold on. You as a teenager, you turn into Devin Sawa.
I wish. No, I look exactly like Ellie from The Last of Us.
Oh,
it is so weird.
That is so
weird. It does
weird.
not look like me. It does not look like what I look like, but you should go check it out. Okay. Because it's pretty funny. I'll show you as soon as this is over. But anyways, so check that out. And we're about to post something here in a minute anyways. Please rate, review, subscribe on Apple Podcasts. That helps us out so, so much. And, that is a free way to help us.
Yes. Thank you. Anybody who has done that.
Yeah. And remember, if you write in a story the month of February, we will send you a magnet.
Chelsea
and Birdie already got their magnets for sending one in this February.
There you go.
And you could have one yourself.
Come on. We need the stories.
We do. Come on. Bring them in. All right. We will talk to you guys next week.
Bonne nuit.
La 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 la.
This is why we don't do live TV. Complicated.
And also Aaron's sweating. It's fine. Go ahead. No, yeah, that's what it said. Oh no. No, this is the part of the night that I get giggly. I'm so sorry. But
I can
it was almost
procreate or something. What is it called? What is it called when you put it in something and
I don't know.
And give you a starter?
I thought that was making a baby, procreating, right?
Well, you're kind of making a baby plant.
I feel like there might be
a different word. I can't think what it is.
Yeah. Listen. Okay. I know my Snoop Dogg. Is that Snoop Dogg?
I think so, but I don't know.
Did you not hear what she just said?
Say it again. I lost. I stopped paying attention for a second. I'm so sorry. Don't tell that part.